youth summer jobs program to ensure that every young person under 30 in Ontario who wants to work can access meaningful paid employment or training opportunities in their communities this summer. Youth unemployment in this province has reached an eye-watering 17.7%, the second highest in Canada, only ahead of Newfoundland and Labrador. 1 out of every 5 young people in your riding, Speaker, in ridings across the bench, is unemployed. Speaker, early work experience is critical for building skills, gaining confidence, and establishing pathways to long-term employment and economic stability. But an entire generation of youth feel locked out of a job market, and this government is to blame after 8 long, painful years of Conservative rule. Youth unemployment solves many problems all at once. It puts money in the pockets of young people to help them stay out of debt. It keeps young people busy and learning, especially youth at risk in Regent Park, Moss Park, as well as St. Jamestown in my riding and many in yours. And it protects them from recruitment of street gangs because they will have real meaningful work this summer if the government supports our motion to do the following: create paid jobs, paid training and placement pathways, a subsidized employer placement with wraparound supports, including certification and licensing. Unlike this failed government, we have a youth summer jobs plan. As I conclude my remarks, Speaker, I want to share the words from a high school student, Artemis, who told me, "I was a math tutor, a hospitality worker, and a co-op student teacher, and a placement student right here in the Legislative Assembly. I'm finishing high school with a 95% average, Speaker, and simultaneously obtaining a certificate from George Brown College. But despite all of this, I cannot find a summer job. Should the government support our NDP motion, we can get Artemis working this summer." Thank you very much.
Further debate, I recognize the member from Thunder Bay, Superior North.
Thank you very much, Speaker. And I also rise to support our NDP motion to create a youth summer jobs program. I think this is extremely important. We had a wonderful town hall this week in Thunder Bay, organized by an amazing group of high school students. Their goal was to educate themselves, their peers, their parents, and their grandparents about the decades of underfunding of post-secondary institutions and the effects caused by changing OSAP from mostly grants to mostly loans. This is great as permanent revenue for banks, but a betrayal of young people in this province. The anxiety rates amongst young people are extremely high, and that anxiety gets worse every time they see the government blow off billions of dollars on projects built on lies like the Thermospa Ontario Place, the skills development fund that went to the strip club and the Premier's personal dentist, and then there's the luxury plane. That it's hard to have hope when you see your government blowing money like that and having no interest in actually supporting youth. The program offered by the NDP gives those starting places, pays properly. We have so many nonprofit organizations desperate for help because they are also so underfunded. There's a lot of work that needs to be done if the funding were there to do it.